I woke up in my sister's body, staring at the ceiling of her penthouse bedroom, and the first thing I did was smash the vanity mirror with her favorite Louboutin heel, because if I couldn't shatter the lie that put me here, I'd start with the face that everyone thought was innocent. It wasn't an accident. It was a curse engineered by the man who swore to love us both. A biotech billionaire who'd trade souls for stock shares. And now I had 24 hours to expose him before my real body, trapped in a coma ward, flatlined for good. But here's the controversial part. To get my revenge, I'd have to become the monster he accused me of being, framing the innocent to bury the guilty. And damn if it didn't feel like justice in a world that had already screwed me sideways. My name is Emery Hale. Or, at least it used to be. 28 years old. Mid-level accountant at a firm in Midtown Manhattan. The kind of grind that pays for a shoebox apartment in Hell's Kitchen and dreams of something bigger. I was the reliable one in the family, the daughter who showed up for every parent's weekend at Yale, who balanced the books when Dad's construction business teetered on bankruptcy after the '08 crash. My sister, Lila, she was the golden child, the Vassar dropout who married into money, flashing her engagement ring like it was the Nobel Prize. We weren't close. Not really. Sibling rivalry in a split-level colonial in suburban Connecticut had morphed into polite distance once she moved to the city. But blood's thicker than the Hudson. Or so Mom always said. That changed the night of the gala. It was one of those black tie affairs at the Met. Lila's husband, Victor Kane, hosting for his biotech startup, Kane Genomics. Victor was the poster boy for New American Ambition, Harvard MBA, self-made from a trailer park in Ohio to a net worth that could buy half of Chelsea. Charming as hell, with that jawline that screamed trust fund air and eyes that promised the world. He'd swept Lila off her feet 3 years ago, and I'd watched from the sidelines, biting my tongue when he jokingly called me the plain Jane backup singer to her diva. I went to the gala because Mom guilt me into it. Support your sister,
Emery.
She's family.
Yeah, right.
Family meant showing up with a smile while Lila preened in her Versace gown, Victor's arm like a proprietary claim around her waist. The champagne flowed. The string quartet played Vivaldi remixes, and I nursed a flute in the corner, dodging small talk with venture capitalists who eyed me like yesterday's news. That's when it happened. Victor cornered me near the coat check, his breath hot with scotch. Emery, darling, you look tense. Let me fix that. He pressed a silver flask into my hand, a family recipe, straight from the lab. It'll loosen you up. I should have said no.
God.
I should have. But he was family now, and the room spun with envy and exhaustion. One sip, bitter like regret, and the world tilted. I don't remember the ambulance. Or the hospital. Just fragments, sterile lights. Lila's tear-streaked face hovering, Mom's voice cracking over the phone. Emery, what did you do? Accusations flew before I even woke up. Turns out, that family recipe was laced with something experimental from Victor's lab, a neural disruptor meant for Alzheimer's trials. But weaponized. It triggered a cascade failure in my brain, landing me in a coma. But the real kicker? Security footage showed me slipping something into Lila's drink earlier that night. A setup. Victor's doing, no doubt, to cover his ass after I overheard him on a call weeks before, whispering about embezzling trial funds to offshore accounts. I'd confronted him privately, threatened to go to the board. Big mistake. When I came to, not in my body, but in Lila's, I knew it was his twisted science at play. Body swap. Not some sci-fi bullshit, but real, Neural mapping. Synaptic hijacking. Kane Genomics had been testing it in secret. Consciousness transfer for the elite who wanted immortality without the mess of cloning. Victor had refined it for revenge. Or control. I blinked into Lila's blue eyes in her full-length mirror. Her perfect C-cup figure draped in silk pajamas, and retched into the ensuite marble sink. This wasn't a dream. My hands, her hands, trembled as I dialed my own phone. Now in her purse. Emery? Oh God. You're awake. It was my voice. But slurred.
Distant.
A nurse must have answered from my hospital room.
No.
Wait, Victor. I could hear his polished tone underneath, puppeteering my comatose shell like a ventriloquist dummy. Lila. Honey. It's a miracle. The doctors say you're stable.
But.
Fragile. Don't push it. Fragile. That's what he'd called me once, after I caught him flirting with an intern. I hung up. My Lila's heart pounding like a war drum. The clock on the nightstand read 3:17 a.m. Victor had mentioned a 24-hour window before the transfer destabilized, frying both brains. I had until tomorrow night to switch back, expose him, and make him pay. But first, survival. I rifled through Lila's closet, pulling on jeans that hugged like a second skin, too tight, too flashy, and a cashmere sweater that screamed old money. Her wallet held a black Amex with no limit. Mine had $47 and a Metro card. Perks of privilege. Slipping out of the Tribeca loft was easy. Doorman nodded like I belonged. The subway to Mount Sinai felt like a descent into the ninth circle. Every jolt reminding me this body wasn't mine. Faces blurred. Accusatory. By dawn, I was at my hospital room, flashing Lila's ID like a golden ticket. The charge nurse bought it, sisterly concern, tearful plea. Inside, there I was, Emery Hale. Tubes snaking from arms to machines, monitors beeping a monotonous dirge. And beside the bed, Victor, in a bespoke suit, holding my limp hand like a grieving widower. He looked up, surprise flickering before the mask snapped on. Lila. You came.
She's
fighting.
His eyes.
Those predators' eyes. Scanned me, her, for tells. I played it cool, sinking into the visitor's chair, crossing legs that felt foreign. Victor, we need to talk. Alone. My voice, Lila's voice, came out honeyed, practiced. He dismissed the nurse with a nod, then leaned in, voice low. What did you do? Emery? I know it's you. The hook twisted deeper. He'd known the swap would happen. Anticipated it. You poisoned me, I hissed, leaning forward. Framed me for attempted murder on your precious wife. For what? To silence me about the funds. He chuckled, low and dark, like gravel under tires on the FDR. Smart girl. But you're in over your head. That tech, it's mine. Patented. And you're the junkie sister who OD'd at the gala. Confessed to everything on tape. Your body's got about 18 hours before it gives out. Sign the waiver, transfer permanent, and I'll let Lila live in yours. Clean slate. Betrayal hit like a freight train. Not just him, but the setup, the footage, the confession he'd likely scripted into my drugged haze. And Lila? Where was she? Trapped in my body? Or worse, complicit?
No.
She couldn't be. But doubt gnawed. I'd always been the scapegoat, taking the fall for Dad's tax dodges, covering Lila's shoplifting sprees as teens. This was just the ultimate hand-me-down, her sins in my skin. I stood, fists clenched, nails manicured to perfection digging into palms. You're done,
Victor.
I'm taking it all down. His smile didn't waver. Try it.
Emery.
But remember, in her body, you're just another pretty face with no proof. I left the room, heart hammering, the hospital's antiseptic chill clinging like regret. First stop, my apartment. If there was evidence, it'd be there, my laptop. Hidden files from that overheard call. But as the elevator dinged, a text buzzed on Lila's phone, Mom. Emery's awake, but confused. Come home, sweetie. Family meeting. Love. Victor's orders. Family meeting. The word curdled. They thought I was the villain. The embarrassment.
Fine.
Let them. I'd play the part. Infiltrate from the inside. But revenge? It started now. I hailed a cab to Connecticut, the Merritt Parkway blurring into a ribbon of asphalt and rage. By noon, I'd be at the family home, wearing my sister's face, armed with lies sharper than any truth. The house looked the same, colonial salt box, American flag limp on the porch, Dad's Ford F-150 rusted in the drive. Mom answered the door, flour-dusted apron over her Lululemon yoga pants, suburban armor. Lila, thank God. Your father's in the den. Emery's on speaker from the hospital. Her hug smelled of vanilla and Valium, the scent of every crisis we'd weathered. I pulled back, channeling Lila's airy laugh. Mom, it's bad.
She
tried to hurt me. Victor told you.
Lies.
But they flowed easy in this voice. Tears welled. The video? Honey. It's everywhere, TMZ's got it. Our girl's a monster. Monster.
Me.
The word landed like a gut punch. Dad lumbered in, grizzled beard hiding the whiskey flush, eyes red-rimmed. Lila, we uninvited her from Thanksgiving. After what she did to you.
No.
Family sticks together. Uninvited. From the one holiday that still meant something, turkey and football, arguments over pie. It stung deeper than the swap. But I nodded, feigning fragility. I know.
Daddy.
Victor's handling the lawyers.
But.
I need your help. Something's off. Emery mentioned a flash drive, hidden in her place. Proof she's not lying. They bought it, hook,
Line.
sinker. Dad grabbed keys. We piled into the truck. Mom chattering about therapists and interventions. My place was a war zone when we arrived. Doors splintered. Drawers ransacked. Victor's goons. No doubt. But under the floorboard in my closet, thank God for paranoia, I'd stashed it. The USB with audio clips. Transaction logs. Proof of his embezzlement. A cool 10 mil siphon for personal R&D, the body swap tech. Dad plugged it into his ancient Dell. Speakers crackling. Victor's voice filled the room. Funds clear by Gallanite. Emery suspects. But she'll be handled. Permanent. Mom gasped. Dad's face purpled. That son of a... Twist one. They believed me. In Lila's body, I was credible. Emery Hale? The screw-up. But elation soured quick. A crash from the hall, cops, badges flashing. Lila Kane? You're under arrest for conspiracy in the assault of Emery Hale. Victor's trap. Sprung early. He'd predicted I'd go for the drive. Handcuffs bit into wrists that weren't mine as they Mirandized me. Mom wailed. Dad swore. From the squad car, I glimpsed my real body on a gurney. Wheeled out, Victor overseeing. Smug as sin. Time ticking, 12 hours. Revenge wasn't exposure anymore. It was war. Interrogation at the first precinct felt like a bad cop show. Minus the coffee. Detective Ruiz. A no-nonsense Latina with a Mets lanyard and eyes like laser sights. Leaned across the table. Mrs.
Kane, walk us through the gala again.
Your sister's prints on the vial, belladonna extract. Laced with that neural shit. You claim she framed herself. I rubbed Lila's temples, migraine from the swap's neural feedback, and spun the yarn Victor had prepped. But twisted. She was jealous. Detective. Always has been. My life. Victor's success. But I saw her slip it into my drink. Fought her off. Grabbed the vial. Self-defense. Lies layered on half-truths. Delivered in Lila's polished cadence. Ruiz's pen scratched. Skeptical. Your husband says you two argued earlier. About money? Victor. Planting seeds. I leaned in, voice dropping to that sisterly whisper. Emery's been skimming from Dad's business for years.
Victor caught her.
Confronted. She snapped. Ruiz's brow arched. And the coma? Doctors say it's experimental poisoning, Kane Genomics proprietary. Convenient. Bingo. I dropped the bomb. Victor's been testing it off books. Consciousness transfer. He did it to her. To cover the theft. Her eyes widened, hook set. Prove it. The flash drive. My parents have it. Call them. She did. And 40 minutes later, Dad stormed in with Mom trailing. USB clutched like a grenade. Ruiz plugged it in. Victor's voice echoed off cinderblock walls. Gasps. Curses. This changes things, she muttered. Uncuffing me. But Kane's got lawyers like roaches. We need more. Out on bail, Lila's connections greased wheels. I hugged my parents. Their confusion a knife twist. Emery's innocent? Mom whispered. Then who's in her body? I couldn't answer, without sounding insane. Trust me. I'll fix it. Back in Manhattan. Lila's loft was a fortress. Keyless entry. Biometric locks. I bypassed with her thumb, creepy as hell, and dove into Victor's study. Floor-to-ceiling windows overlooked the Hudson, city lights mocking my borrowed life. His desk, encrypted laptop, pharma journals dog-eared on neural mapping. Jackpot, a hidden drawer, syringe kits labeled Project Echo, reversal serum, the antidote. But guarded by a safe. Code unknown. Panic clawed. 10 hours left. I texted Victor from Lila's phone. Home. We need to talk. The drive's gone, cops have it.
Bait.
He replied instant. On my way. Stay put. While waiting, I scrolled her emails, Lila's. Not mine. That's when the secret cracked open. Buried in deleted folders, correspondence with Victor. Dated pre-wedding. Emery's the weak link, she'd written. Frame her for the audit discrepancies. She'll take the fall, always does. My sister. Complicit. Not just betrayed by him, but her. The embezzlement? Her idea. To fund a side project. Art gallery in Soho. Vanity dream. I'd covered minor discrepancies before. Blind loyalty. This time, lethal. Rage boiled. Hot and American. Think road rage flip-off on the BQE. Lila wasn't trapped. She'd swapped willingly, puppeteering my body to confess on tape, painting me the villain. Victor's tech. Her malice. Family?
A joke.
Door clicked. Victor. Silk tie askew. Eyes wild. Lila. What the fuck? The drive. I whirled. Serum syringe palmed like a shank. It's Emery. You bastard. And you're done. He lunged. I dodged. Lila's yoga-toned body betraying me with a stumble. We grappled, his bulk versus her grace, crashing into the Eames chair. You think you can take me? He snarled, pinning my arms. I built this. You're collateral. I need him. Hard, take that. Self-defense class, and broke free, jamming the syringe into his thigh. He howled, convulsing as reversal serum hit. But twist, it didn't swap us. It locked him in limbo, body seizing while his mind flickered, trapped between.
What did you?
Foam flecked lips. Payback, I gasped, dialing Ruiz. Detective? He's here. And I've got proof emails. Serums. All of it. Cops swarmed 20 minutes later. Victor twitching on the Persian rug. Miranda'd into oblivion. Elation? Fleeting. My body, Lila in it, still flatlined at the hospital. 8 hours. I raced back. Serum vial half empty in my pocket. Room 412. Monitors flatlined. No. Beeping erratic. A doctor hovered. She's crashing. Family. Me. I lied, injecting the remainder into the 4. Agony ripped through neural feedback like lightning in veins. Vision doubled. Lila's face overlaying mine. Hatred flashing before severance. I woke in my own skin. Sir muscles rejoicing, but cuffs on wrists. Emery Hale. You're under arrest. Ruiz again. Face grim. Victor's confession tape, Lila's voice in my body, had leaked. Viral on TikTok.
Sister stab.
Public trial by outrage. Bail hearing next morning. Judge. A silver-haired patrician. Banged gavel. Flight risk. Denied. Jails smelled of bleach and despair. Rikers. Holding pen with women who'd shank for a Kit Kat. Mom visited. Eyes hollow. Emery. The video. You admitting it all.
How?
Lila. I whispered. It was her. Disbelief cracked her facade. Dad paced outside glass. Fists clenched. 4 hours to reversal window's end. Victor, in isolation, smirked through visits, his mind freed, spinning tales of my delusions. Controversial decision loomed. Expose Lila, but at what cost? She'd flee to Europe on his jet. Untouchable.
Or
use the last serum dose. Hidden in my bra. Swap into her, permanently, and sabotage from inside.
no.
Darker. I bribed a guard, $5K from Lila's Amex. Swiped pre-arrest for a contraband phone. Dialed Victor's rival. Elena Voss. Biotech shark from Silicon Alley. I have echo schematics.
Kane sturdy.
But I need a favor. Total neural wipe on a target. Her laugh. Throaty. Pricey. Who's the mark? My sister. The words tasted like ash. Betrayals echo. Deal struck. Voss's team infiltrated Rikers under medical eval guise. A black market scanner masking the swap. Last dose administered. Me into Lila. Her into oblivion. Her screams, my old voice, cut short as Voss's wipe erased her consciousness, leaving a vegetable shell. Controversial? Hell yes. Mercy killing a sibling's mind to save my own. Free in Lila's body again. I walked out, Voss's lawyers shredding charges. Victor rotted in pretrial. Assets frozen. But the fracture deepened. Mom's calls went unanswered. Dad's texts. Where's my girl? I was her. But not. Living as Lila was a masterclass in duality, her walk-in closet a wardrobe of masks, each hanger a reminder of stolen privilege. I strutted into Voss's Soho office like I owned it, Lila's Manolos clicking on herringbone floors. Elena Voss waited behind a glass desk, silver bob sharp as her gaze, nursing an espresso. Kane's empire crumbles. Sissy sniffing. Thanks to your tip. But you wearing her like a skin suit. Bold. Effective, I countered, sinking into leather. Lila's poise made me taller. Voice silk over steel. The wipe clean, clinical death. Brainwave flat. She's gone.
Emery.
Or should I say, Mrs. Kane, her smile. Predatory, shark schooling. Voss had her own vendetta. Victor poached her top neural engineer 2 years back.
Now.
Alliance forged in revenge's fire. We plotted over takeout Thai, pad CEW greasy on mahogany, as sirens wailed outside. A New York lullaby. Victor's trial loomed in federal court.
Downtown.
My role. Testify as Lila, the grieving widow, dropping breadcrumbs to his fraud. But the real play? During cross-exam, I'd break down, revealing the swap tech Docs Voss forged, implicating him in human experimentation. Slam dunk. Except secrets fester. That night, in the loft, I dreamed in dual perspectives, my coma haze, Lila's champagne buzz. Woke sweating. Lila's silk sheets tangled. A noise, front door.
Mom.
Key copied from Happier Days, face gaunt under the foyer light. Lila? Victor's lawyer called, trial prep.
But.
Where's Emery? Her eyes searched mine, hers, for the daughter lost. I poured chamomile. Hands steady. Mom.
Sit.
It's complicated. Truth serum of my own. The swap. The frame. Lila's complicity. Words tumbled.
Raw. She sold me out.
For money. For him. I had to. End it. Horror bloomed. End it? You killed your sister? Sobs racked her, suburban mom unraveling. Cross snapping from neck. Monster. Just like he said. She fled. Door slamming echo. Betrayals boomerang. Dad's voicemail next morning. Don't come home. Lila. Or whoever you are. Families severed. American dream curdled to nightmare. Trial day dawned gray. Rain lashing one pen center. I took the stand in Chanel, Lila's armor, swearing on a Bible that felt like lead. Victor. Orange jumpsuit clashing his tan. Leered from defense table. His attorney. A slick Yale boy named Hargrove. Circled. Mrs.
Kane.
Your marriage blissful? Until my sister tried to poison me. Voice quavered. Scripted. Jurors, blue-collar mix. Bronx plumbers to Park Avenue retirees, leaned in. And the coma? You claim, mister. Kane saved her life with experimental treatment.
Yes. But
He crossed lines.
Pause.
Tears, Oscar-worthy. Echo Project. Swapping minds. He tested on us. Gasps rippled. Hargrove blustered. Objection, speculation. But Voss's planted evidence hit. Emails, blueprints, leaked to the Times pre-trial. Twitter exploded. Kane swap trending. Memes of Victor as Dr. Jekyll. Victor lunged. Chains rattling. Liar. It's her, the thief. Chaos. Bailiffs wrestling. Judge hammering. In the scrum. Our eyes locked. His fury mine. Mirror of the man I'd become. Recess. Voss in the courthouse lounge. Martini in hand. Beautiful. He's cooked. But her eyes gleamed ulterior. One more thing.
Emery.
The full echo formula, you have it. Lila's phone. Encrypted app. I hesitated. Controversial fork. Hand it over. Gain ally forever. Withhold. Risk exposure. Half now. Rest post-verdict. She nodded. But doubt slithered. Power corrupts. And Voss swam in it. Verdict night. Guilty. All counts fraud. Assault. Unethical experimentation. 25 to life. Supermax. Champagne at Voss's penthouse. Skyline glittering like fool's gold. I clinked glasses. Lila's laugh bubbling. To justice. To evolution, she countered. Slipping a vial across marble, enhanced serum. Upgrade. Permanent transfer. No reversal. Become her fully. Why fight it? Temptation gnawed. In Lila's skin. Doors opened. Galleries. Galas. A life unscarred. My body, recovered. But tainted. Arrest record. Family exile. But accept. And I'd bury Emery Hale forever. Dark choice. You am as a Scorsese confessional. No, I said, pocketing it. I'm ending this. Fled to the loft. Barricading. Dawn brought feds, not for me, but Voss. Tip line anonymous. Her poaching echo for black market immortality sales. My doing, last app file uploaded pre-party. She called from lockup. You bitch. We had a deal. Trust is earned. I hung up. But victory hollow. 6 hours post-verdict. Neural feedback spiked. Swap destabilizing. Body, Lila's convulsing. Vision tunneling. I injected the upgrade. Voss's gift turned weapon. Agony peaked.
Then.
Stability.
Me.
Fully her. Emery's essence overwritten. A ghost in the machine. Or so I thought. Mirror showed Lila. But eyes mine. Stormy gray peeking through blue. Hybrid. Monster reborn. Mom's funeral invite arrived weeks later. Lila's service. Tragic overdose spin. I went.
Veiled.
Dropping carnations on pine box. Dad glared. Mom catatonic. You did this, he mouthed. Guilt. A lead weight. Revenge's price, isolation. But power hummed. Kane Genomics mine now. Via widow's claim. I dismantle it. Fund real cures. Or weaponize. The debate raged internal. Months blurred into a haze of board meetings and bourbon neat. Lila's tolerance low. My resolve steel. Kane Genomics HQ. A glass monolith in Flatiron. Buzzed with whispers. Widows purge. Heads rolling like guillotines. I fired Victor's cronies. One by one, golden parachutes yanked. NDAs shredded. SEC audits cleared my name. Voss rotted in white-collar hell. Her empire auctioned. Public adored Lila Kane, philanthropist saint, donating millions to neural ethics foundations. Irony, built on the tech that stole my soul. But cracks spiderwebbed. Nightmares fused, Victor's howls in my voice, Lila's pleas in his. Therapy? A Park Avenue shrink prescribed Xanax. Called it grief. Bullshit. I needed answers, residual echo effects. I dove into lab archives. Sublevels reeking of formaldehyde and ambition. Files yellowed. Project Echo origins. Not Victor's brainchild, but Lila's. Vassar thesis. Digitized. Synaptic symbiosis. Ethical frontiers. She'd shopped it to him pre-engagement. Bedfellows from Jump. The betrayal?
Deeper.
She'd targeted me specifically. Emery's neuroplasticity ideal for baseline testing. Familial trust minimizes resistance.
Sick.
My own blood. Dissecting me like a lab rat. Rage reignited. But tempered. I'd ended her. But ghosts demand tribute. Controversial pivot. Resurrect the tech. Not for sale. But vigilante justice. A roster formed, off-books. Wall Street wolves who'd crushed unions. Politicians burying scandals. Swap them into victims' bodies. Let karma's court convene. First mark, Senator Harlan Graves. Connecticut hack who'd greenlit Victor's tax breaks. Quid pro quo for campaign dirt. Graves, Silver Fox. Golf handicap masking graft. I lured him to a fundraiser at the Loft, single malt. Sob stories. Dosed his scotch with microecho. Swap initiated via hidden injector in the decanter base. Woke him in the body of Maria Torres. A single mom he'd deported via ICE raids, her shell. Vegetative post-stroke. Hidden in a Queen's hospice. His screams, her voice, echoed as I played back recordings, his calls to border agents. Slurs dripping. Emery? What the fuck is this? Recognition dawned. Horror. Lila. Please. No mercy for monsters, I whispered. Filming. Uploaded anonymous to WikiLeaks. Swapped senator. Internet imploded. Debates raging on Fox versus MSNBC. Justice or torture. Protests outside Capitol. Signs. Soul for soul. I watched from Lila's balcony. Cigarette trembling. Addiction borrowed. Vice inherited. Power surged. Addictive as Coke lines at Studio 54. Next, a pharma exec who'd buried opioid trials. Thousands dead. Swapped into an addict's husk. Twitching in Bellevue. His pleas. I'll confess. Everything. I did live stream. His face hers. Spilling boardroom sins. Stock plummeted. Class action snowballed. But tension coiled. As a blackout in the projects. Dad's PI tailed me. Old school gumshoe. Snapping pics of Lila entering CD clinics. A call. I know it's you.
Kid.
Come clean. Or I go public. Ultimatum. Family's last thread. We met at the old Connecticut diner for mica counters. Elvis on the jukebox. Pie cooling under glass. Dad slid into the booth. Flannel shirt rumpled. Eyes like worn leather. Emery. Christ. What V you become? Survivor, I said. Stirring coffee black. Like my soul. Laid it bare. Swaps. Wipes. The roster. His face cycled revulsion. Pity. Pride. You're no better than him. Vigilante? That's mob shit. Not Hale. Harlan's rotting in Maria's body. Confessing to Congress. Lives saved. Justification. Thin as diner napkin. He leaned in, voice gravel. And Lila? You murdered her.
Eminência.
Our girl. Tears tracked cheeks, tough guy broken.
Moms. Gone.
Pills. Last week. Couldn't face the fracture. World tilted.
Mom.
Vanilla Valium anchor.
Adrift.
Guilt tsunami, my doing. Revenges ricochet. Dad.
No.
Ends now. He slid a flash drive across. Evidence. My swaps documented via hacks. Burn it. Or I do. Standoff. Hearts pounding. Controversial. Kill the source, him, or surrender. I pocketed it. Stood. I love you. Walked out. Rain slicking pavement. In the truck. I smashed it, hammer from glove box. Shards glittering like stars. But he didn't stop. Went public. Press conference. Teary dad outing Lila Kane as daughter Emery. Body snatcher avenger. Headline screamed, sister swap horror. Vigilante in designer drag. Feds circled. Warrants hot. I fled to a safe house in the Catskills, log cabin. Voss's old bolt hole, serum stash dwindling. There. Unraveling. Hybrid mind fracturing. Lila's memories bled in. Childhood tea parties. My hand slapped for borrowing her doll. Betrayal mutual? I'd envied her ease. Her light where I toiled in shadow. Was I the villain?
Projecting?
Climax brewed. Victor's appeal hearing. Supermax video link. I crashed it. Hacking feed. Lila's face on every screen in the Manhattan courtroom. Victor Kane. Your empire's ash. But one truth left. His image flickered.
Gaunt.
Emery. Finish it. You didn't invent Echo. Lila did.
And I
perfected it. Uploaded finale. Full logs. Her thesis. Our swaps. Court erupted. Judge fainting. Lawyers scrambling. Twist loomed. As feds breached the cabin, SWAT floodlights piercing pines, I injected final dose. Self-reversal. Destabilized. Body seized. Lila's form convulsing on pine floors. Vision split, her eyes opening in the ether. Ghost accusing. You stole my life first.
Eminência.
Always the shadow.
No. Lie.
Or truth. Debate eternal. Arrest was anticlimax. Zip-tied in the cabin. Dawn's chill biting through Lila's cashmere. Feds, FBI wet team. Vests screaming alphabet soup. Mirandized me into a chopper. Rotors thumping like migraine pulse. Holding at Foley Square. Supermax adjacent to Victor's. Interrogation marathon. Agent Kowalski. Polish bulldog with a Brooklyn accent. Pace linoleum. Emery Hale, or Lila Kane. Or whatever the hell. Walk us through the swaps. Graves. The exec. Your old man's PI? I leaned back.
Cuffs chafing.
Justice.
Agent.
They took lives, I took egos. No remorse, dark thrill in the telling. American bravado masking the void. He slammed dossier, Mom's obit. Lila's autopsy, overdose ruled. But we knew. Collateral. Your family gone. Victor's appealing. Claims you coerced. Voss flipped. Singing for immunity. Says you masterminded. Twist cracked wide. Voss's deal. Spilling my roster. But deeper, lab tests on my blood. Post-capture. You're not hybrid.
Hail.
You're original. Echo was placebo on Victor, neural suggestibility. No real swap. You gaslit yourself into believing it. World imploded. No tech. No possession? I dose myself with hallucinogens. Victor's flask a gateway. Framing a psychosis. Lila? Dead by her hand. Suicide note. Hidden. Emery knows too much.
Can't live with it.
Victor innocent, framed by my paranoia. The embezzlement a marital spat. Audio doctored in my mania. Betrayal inverted. Not them.
Me.
The scapegoat. Projecting sins onto kin. I'd swapped via delusion. Puppeteered my own revenge. Arrests real. But confessions coerced under false pretenses. Graves breakdowns? Hypnosis apps on burner phones. Planted evidence. Vigilante? Delusional destroyer. Kowalski's eyes softened. Pity. Schizoaffective. Triggered by the gala OD. You're going away.
Hail.
But therapy? Maybe. Court. Insanity plea. But judge, a Graves appointee, saw fraud. Life. No parole. Victor walked. Countersuit pending, defamation. Emotional distress. He visited once. Through plexi. Emery. I tried to help. You were spiraling. Fuck you, I spat. But doubt gnawed.
Was it?
Solitary. 8x10. Fluorescent hum eternal. Days bled, therapy sessions. Pills dulling edges. Dreams. Mom's hug. Lila's laugh.
Dad's pie.
Ghosts forgiving? Or damning? Ending. Debatable. Justice? I'd exposed rot. Graves resigned. Execs jailed on real charges, my evidence unearthed. But cost. Family ash. Self shattered. Hero or horror? Readers argue in comments. Forums ablaze.
Me?
In the mirror, my face. Finally, I see echoes. Not swapped, but splintered. Revenge's true swap. Innocence for illusion. And in America's grind. That's the real American dream. Chasing shadows till they consume you. But if I could go back, that first smash, mirror or heel, I'd choose the heel. Break the cycle. Or not. Who's to say?